Hello, everybody. Welcome back. SOE Lysander by Historic Winds, designed by Thomas Van Hare. I am continuing my um, campaign. I'm going to format the videos a little different. I think I'm going to include my thought process before each mission and everything, too, so you guys get an idea kind of how I approach things, which doesn't mean it's right. It's probably a way to actually not approach them, but another thing I want to point out is you'll see up here when you load up, um, actually right up here in the corner, up in the menu area, when you load up Vassal, I added an extension to this module, calendar version 00. That's going to add a calendar to help you track dates, because I don't know about you, but I have a hard time. I got to constantly go back and count on these. So, what I've done, and I may update this sometime to include better maybe highlight the active days of each month or something. But for right now, it is what it is. And I actually put new game down, and this is we need to get my old game back up here. No, I have it up there. Cancel that. I just didn't have the calendar dates in yet. Okay. Very forgetful sometimes. Okay, we did the 8th because that's where I did my transfer flight, and the 9th, and we did the 10th, then we did the 11th, then we did the 12th. It is now the 13th. We're going to go up to the 13th, which is our last day on the not quite so full moon. Get my SOP down here, get back where we belong. It's been a while since I played. I've been in the middle of a move, been taking care of my wife's final affairs, and things have been kind of just busy. And my mind's kind of out of whack still. So just bear with me as I bumble my way through this. Um, but I like playing this game, and it kind of helps keep the mind busy, which we need to do right now. We did move the night marker. I'm going to choose the mission, and the mission that I want to use is with the -1 modifier. I'm probably going to use my farmer mission and try and get that out of the way. I can go on a lot of weather I would normally try with a shorter mission, um, especially if it's bad weather over the landing area. Get rid of that real quick. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. I'm going to pull that over there. Actually, I better not do that yet. Getting ahead of myself. That's the mission we're going to use. Weather determination. This is the big one. And you'll notice that when you download the game from Vassal, charts are not in there. That's an extension I made for myself. Sorry. Got to make sure that we don't give the game away for free. Got to reward the designers and creators of these games by letting them get purchase power. So, no freebies here. Sorry. Um, Soapbox, jumping off of it. Charts. Sorry, I get a little lost there. So weather determinations at sea. We're in June of 43, so my first roll is going to be 46, which is clear for current weather, and this sounds like a go day already. Second roll for the landing zone is a 36 heavy clouds. That's going to be right here, but the chances of getting to that are slim. And the last roll is for Tangmere and the return 43 back to cloud. That is an awesome day to go flying. We are going to see if we get the say on, say off. 3. We are on. Excellent. That is a good start. So now we're going to go to rolling, no, 10-meter card on the left edge, and we're going to put 3 cards down, 2 of which are um, channel cards, the 3/2 for It's 3/2. Where farmer is 2 channel cards and another card. And of course, the landing card always counts as another card, so that's our third card. So we're going to flip them all over. I can change one for free, and this S boot is going to discard right away. And I'm going to draw another one down. That's my freebie channel card, not a landing card. I'm going to flip that over. Oh, that's just about as bad. I think that's worth pulling a Moxie on. It is Moxie, isn't it? Or is it? I got ahead of myself, too. Um, 6 cents. So let's get our plane ready to fly. And we're going to use a 6 cents because I do not like night fighters, even that low percentage chance. I want to keep this a simple mission, especially with clear weather in the making. So we're going to go ahead and discard that, and we're going to draw another channel card. And we're going to flip that over, and that's much better. We are a go. Place current weather effects chit and forecast W chits on the board over here. So what we got here is current weather clear. Tangmere coming back is clouds. Departure's clear, clouds on the way back. None of them really scare me. And landing zone forecast is heavy clouds. That's not really bad either. That's a -1. So that's not a bad day for flying right there. All right. Next we're going to be, I got the weather tracks all set up. Circuit assignments for TC values. We've done all that. I got ahead of myself. Make up operation name. We're going to farmer, so let's call this Scarecrow. Operation Scarecrow. Let's go. We are on the 13th. Going to put 2100 plus 10 times a d6. That's 2130. And that could change with delays. Or MAB, copy Axel, paste Axel. We're going to put up Scarecrow. I'm going to put, you know what? Let's do farmer here. And then down here, we're going to put, what do we have? 3 and 3? Yeah, 3 and 3. Three times packs. 3 times cargo. And on the way back, empty and 3 times pack, or 2 times packs. All right, we got a heavy load on the way out. All right, we're ready for that. Next, record your selected mission circuit entry. We've done that. Place the corresponding pilot packs chits. We can do that now. We're going to put the 2 for coming back right there. Put the ones for the mission down here. And we are heavily loaded. Not as heavily as loaded as we can be, almost. We got wireless, explosives, and ammunition going. We got a lead agent, the chaplain, and a mascot going. We're at -4 points just there. Get rid of our assignments now. We don't need that. Place damage marker in the flight management. We have no damage, but we are ready to fly. Decide how much fuel to carry. I got 6 cards to travel, so I'm going to go with 4 over that, and we're going to load 10. All right, Place destination marker on farmer. Did that already. Rotate the plane, though I will not use this. Place your Lysander game counter on or beside. Put that up at low altitude, and we're going to proceed to SOPD. Take off from Tangmere. This is where I've been having trouble lately because I can't seem to roll well. I've been playing this off camera a lot, just so I can get used to, not a lot, but when I can, just so I can try and get used to rolls. And boy, I'm telling you, I keep rolling fours and threes on takeoff, and even with Moxie chits being expended, I'm getting hammered. All right, so we are adding weather DRM at low altitude, that's 0. We are adding night DRM, that's -1. Fuel DRM, -1, that's a -2. Pax DRM, that's -2, that goes to -6. Cargo DRM, that's -2, that goes to -6. -1, -1, -2, -2, -6. I'm going to use one Moxie to bring that down to a -3. And we're going to roll for takeoff. 7 takes us to a 4. Successful takeoff after 2 hours delay. That's going to take us up to 2330. But I'll take a successful takeoff any day of the week. Put 2-hour delay. We'll come back to that line later if we get anything interesting we have to note. All right, we have taken off to determine weather effects the next TC. First thing we're going to do, we're going to roll on a 1 to 3. It does not progress. 4, it does. It's going to progress 1 towards the landing zone forecast. So that's going to keep us in clear, which is good. Now we're going to roll 1 more. 1, we go towards the left. 6 towards the right. Get a 3. Doesn't go anywhere. We're going to draw clear. That is our next zone's weather. All right. Optional reveal. Don't need it. Select altitude. I'm going to stay at low. Flyer move. We're going to hit a fuel. And I automated that by putting that into the flying times because you got to do that anyway. I'm going to use a fuel segment. Gives me 20 minutes of flying time, and it is going to knock us down to 9. See, we're on the odd now. We're going to move our Lysander over to the next card. We don't have icing to check. We're at low. We don't have damage to check because there's no red box. We don't have any threats because there's nothing down here. We don't have a decision point because we're not at the landing zone or Tangmere. We're going to check for off course now. That is chart D2. This is the first big obstacle. Applied nav DRM from current TC. That's a -1. Weather effects is 0. Light DRM is a -1, so we've got a -2. And no wind in the forecast. We're at -2, rolling 2D6. Oh boy. That's worth a pilotage roll. We are definitely re-rolling the snake eyes. This is just the way it's been going for me for a while. I can't believe how many snake eyes I've rolled. Re-rolling, -2. 10. That's a lot better. Confirmed on course. You have spotted an expected waypoint. Proceed with gameplay normally. End of round. We will go back up and check for the weather in the next terrain card. So we're going to come back down to our weather chart over here. We're going to roll a d6. 6. That is going to be a move in the direction of the landing zone. So we're going to now have rain. Oh, nope. getting ahead of myself. And then we got to roll another d6 to see if it moves 3. That's not going to move. So yes, it is rain. Getting ahead of myself. I do that sometimes. Rain's still not bad. -2. It's going to be a little bit sucky if we, well, actually it doesn't affect the nav. Yeah, it does, -2. Doesn't matter. We've got to try that. And let me pause this a second because I think I need to recharge my headset. Nope, not quite sure what that noise was then. All right. We got our weather, and we're going to go to optional reveal. We don't need to do that. We did not get lost. We're going to select altitude. I'm staying at low. Flyer move to the next TC. We are going to check off another fuel segment. As you see, that takes us down to no modifiers now, which is good for us. We're going to move over to the next card. We're checking icing, but we're at low. We're checking damage. There's no red. Resolving threats. There are no threats. There's no decision point. Off course check. We got a -1. We have a -2, -3. Night DRM makes us -4. There is no wind. We're going to roll. We get a 6, goes to a 2. We're going to re-roll that using another piloted chit. That gives me 2 left. 7 -4 to 3. Off course, no sign of expected waypoint. Draw and place TCs face down for flight to landing zone if outbound or tang mir. There's only the landing zone, so all I really need to do is put a plane status, of course. I know it's no pilot status. No, I know to have it in here somewhere just for flight status. I'm not really lost, but we are off course. That's just going to affect getting to here. I can try and orbit, but with a -4 and the -4, and we had, what did we have there? -2, -3, -4, -8. Yeah, we'd need to draw a boxcars to do something there. Let me get lost up here too so I can remember, not lost, off course, so I can remember how to play that correctly. I tend to forget things, especially as soon as I put my headphones on. You know, it might not hurt to just try that. Got nothing really to lose. Yeah, let's orbit it. Take another 20 minutes of flight time. And that's going to be orbit, orbit, orbit. We're going to do a orbit, which means we've got to go back around. Determining the weather effects for the next card again. But it's just going to be our card. I think we do that again. Orbit. Effective fuel expenditure. Yes, that I got. Threat rolls, there's none. Pretty sure we're checking weather to move again. Actually, for this card, I believe, because we're going back here and back into here. I'm going to re-roll it just to make sure. 3, no change. 3, no change, so it doesn't matter. We're staying at rain. We are using up another fuel segment. We're out for an hour now. We're going to check to see if we can get back on target. That's going to be a -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. 7. Yeah, we didn't get it. You know what? I shouldn't have done that because that gives me the hopelessly lost. Hopelessly lost tells me I've got to go to. I'm not. I'm going to take get back. I'm going to take get back. We're going to undo. I don't like the hopelessly lost. I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to go into here. So let's go back up track. We got lost. We can't turn over that card. And we're going to go determine the weather effects for the next TC. 5 is going to adjust. It's going to be one more towards the landing zone. I moved the Tang mirror. Yes, I did. It should have been cloudy. Darn it. Oh boy, I messed up a lot here. We gotta go way back. I moved something I should not have moved. We gotta go way back. Because that rain should not have been rain. Yeah, I should not have moved that Tang mirror. I should have moved current weather. Current weather should have moved down to cloudy. I moved the Tang mirror forecast. Yeah, good thing we have an undo button. So our weather for this then will be cloudy, not rainy, and that's going to change things a lot. So we have to replay all that. Yes, I'm going to make mistakes. I do not profess to be an expert. I do not profess to be completely with it right now. All right. Optional reveal. Don't need it. Select altitude. Staying at low. Fly to next TC. That takes us back up to 40 minutes now. And we've moved it. We've done the okay. We've done the fuel. Icing check, no icing, no night fighter following, no threats to resolve decision point, no, off course check. We have a -1, we have a 0, we have a -1 for dart for the night, that's -2, and we roll 7, gives us a 5, and that gives us confirmed on course. See what difference just one little stage of weather can make. So we are still good then. End of the round, we go back up to the weather. Weather effects for the next card. We roll a 3, no change. We roll a 4, no change. That is exactly what I was hoping for. So we're going to get clouds for our landing. Doesn't go to heavy clouds because it never deteriorated that fast. Optional reveal, none needed. Select altitude, coming in low. Fly to next TC. We're going to use one more fuel segment. And that takes us down to 8 or 7 actually, which has got us down to no modifiers for fuel. Moving over to the hydraulic, and I could have used a I think it's a 6 cents to see what's going on the ground, but I forgot to, and I need to reread that rule. No icing check, no damage check, no night fighters following, no threats except small arms, 3 or less. So we got to roll for threats. And I'm trying to remember the modifiers for threats. Apply added weather effects DRM. That's a 0. And added night DRM. That's a +1. And we get a 5 goes to a 6. So we're safe. But I was thinking of Snake Eyes was coming. Thank God it's not. No hits. So we get through the threats. We go to the decision point. Yes, we're at the landing zone. So if at the landing zone TC, you may proceed to SOPE, which we will do directly. Locate the LZ. Over to the landing zone card, locate the LZ by rolling on table E1. Locate the LZ. If not located, add 20 to 40 minutes elapsed time. Reduce fuel marker 1 or 2 and then re-roll. Okay, so at the LZ, we're trying to locate it now. We're going to add 1 DRM per 6 cents we want to use, minus 3 DRM if we're off course. And that's what would have happened if we were off course last time. But that was my brain fart for moving the wrong thing and putting the wrong weather up. 2d6, applying the weather effects at the target, which is 0, and night DRM, which is -1. I'm going to use 2 of these to make that a +1. And that still leaves me 2 left. So we're at a +1 and we're rolling 2d6. A 10, 11, 12. Didn't need them, but hey. Spotted LZ, proceed to table E2, light signals. You may re-roll by expending a 6 cents. Apply weather effects at L. We have a 0. Night DRM, which is -1. 8 goes down to a 7. Signals spotted. Good runway lighting. All right. Good runway lighting, and I think there's a counter for that too. Poor runway, but not good. That's okay. We don't need it. Proceed to table E3, landing at L zone. Reroll with piloted chit. We get a +3 DRM for each Moxie. We don't have a whole lot of them left, but at this point we can use it or lose it. But we're not really coming in with bad stuff. Let's see what we look like. Apply weather effects DRM, which is 0. Night DRM -1. Fuel DRM 0. Pax DRM -2. So we're at a -3. Cargo DRM goes down to a -5. And no damage DRM. So I will use a Moxie and take us down to a -2. And we are going to, you know what? This is serious. Let's go ahead and use our last Moxie. Go up to +1. And when I'm careful and use up my last chits, I roll boxcars. Successful landing, no damage. Proceed to E4. I got no Moxie left to use, so a successful landing. I don't know if there's a card for that or not. Orbit, poor runway, deviate, lost, 20 minutes. No. All right. So we are at proceed to E4. That's Gestapo and stuff, I believe. Yes, Gestapo in patrols. Reroll only if luck is with you tonight. We do not have that. Since it's a straight D6 with no reroll. Oh, another snake boxcars. No ground threat encountered. No damage. Proceed to table E5. Maybe my luck is changing. Offload load. If no Gestapo in patrols, roll an E5 for unloading and loading. 2d6. A 9. Wow. Offload, unload. All packs and cargo managed perfectly. I like that. That's good. We can actually return that to the deck. Now we'll put it down here. And then we're going to load up the 2 for the way home. And you see here, one of the reasons I did what we did was we don't have to worry about fuel modifiers anymore. And we only have a -1 going home because we're empty on cargo. So, take off from the LZ. Roll on table E6 to take off from the LZ, remembering I'm out of Moxie. We can re-roll using pilotage. I have some of them. The weather is still cloudy, so that's not bad. So that's a -0. Night DRM -1. Fuel 0, or still at -1. PAX DRM goes to -2, and that is it. -2. A 9 goes down to a 7. That's a successful takeoff. No damage. Proceed with mission. We're going to head home. SOPF for return flight. For the return to Tangmere, use SOPD with the modifications below. Wild Cell from September 43 onward. Well, we're in June, so that's not a problem. So we're going to go back up to SOPTD. Yeah, I have trouble with English. That's my first language. I'm still getting used to it after 50 some years. Determine the weather effects for the next TC. Now all our chits are going to start coming down to the bottom here. Determine the weather effects. We roll 1 die 5. That is going to progress, but now it progresses towards our Tangmere forecast, which is right there, so it's not going to move. And we roll another d6, 4. That's not going to change. So we have another cloud on the way home. Pretty consistent weather. This is why I took the chance. That kind of weather is awesome to fly in. Optional reveal, don't need it. Select altitude, staying at low. Fly move to the next TC. Find my log, which I lost. There we go. Enter time segment. I'll sneeze all over it, you guys. I think I caught that. Gave you a little dead air, lost my mouse. Yep, we're a mess. All right, and we did the fuel. We're going to move us over to here. No icing check needed. No night fighter following. No threats to resolve. No decision to be made. Off course check -1. -1. Nothing from the weather card. -1 more. -2. And we're going to roll. -2. We go down to a 4. Confirmed on course. You have spotted an expected waypoint, so we are still good to go. End around moves us back up to the next. Determine weather effects for the next TC. So we are looking at a D6. 6 is going to move it, but that's for Tangmere, and we are on Tangmere, so it does not deteriorate any. And we roll 1 more, that's a 2, so it doesn't advance either direction. So we're going to get yet another cloud. Optional reveal, not needed. Select altitude, staying low. Fly move to the next TC. That takes us up to 140. Used up another fuel, still got plenty. We move our guy over one more. And no icing check, no night fighter following, resolve threats, none to resolve, decision point, no decision. Off course check. We have a -1, -2, I believe it is, for the weather. Yes. And we roll a 3, that goes to 1, hopelessly lost. But that's not a real big deal, so I'm not going to give a crap about that because Tangmir's next. So we got to proceed directly to Tangmir, draw and place TCs face down for return flight to Tangmir, which that's the next card, so we don't do that. And 1 TC in the direction of the landing zone. Channel card for there. We don't know what that is, so that stays there. And you know what I forgot to do? Let me undo that real quick. I forgot to shuffle the cards back in. Yes, I did. Pull that card down again, because that may be the one we don't want, but we're not going to reverse course. We'd be stupid to do that. Alright, so that was our off-course checks, and it's not going to hurt us, because coming back to Tangmir, it's not really a problem. End of round, we go back up to the top. We determine the weather for the next TC. So we roll a d6, 4. That's going to change one towards Tangmir, which is clouds, so it doesn't go anywhere. And we roll one more d6, 1. That's going to go 1 in the direction to the left. So we're going to land in rain. I'm glad it deteriorated on landing back here. All right. Optional reveal, none needed. We're coming in low for altitude. Fly to the next TC, so we use one more fuel. And we move the Lysander over. Now it is icing check, none. No night fighter following. Resolve threats, there are none. Decision point, we're at Tangmir. We go D5 to land and end mission. All right, 2d6. We're applying weather defects at low, which is -2. Fuel DRM 0. Pax DRM -1 is -3. Cargo DRM 0. And damage DRM 0. So we've got night weather -3, -4. I missed one. And we have a -4. And we can add 1 for each Moxie, but we don't have Moxie. And we can re-roll. We got 3 chances to do this. -4. Get a 7, goes down to a 3. Successful landing, no damage. Proceed with mission. We are landed successfully. And proceed to SOPG. End of mission debriefing. After landing at Tangmir, you have the option to roll in table D18. We can expend 3 Moxie Chits and 3 6 cents. I don't have enough to do that, so we're not going to be able to do that. So no whiskey for my guys. Records keeping. Log events in the mission in your SOE mission diary and logbook. We can mark that off as complete in our assignments. So I can just go ahead and actually I'm just going to leave that. The fact that I don't have anything in there should designate that as being cleared. It's not letting me select them like I want to do. Yeah, doesn't matter. Next step, proceed to H. Rest, repair, and healing. Advanced night marker. Which also means we're going to put another day on the calendar. I forgot to put 13th too. See, this is supposed to help me. 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Yes, we're going into the 14th now. All right, 14th. Repair of Lysander, reduce damage on damage tracker by 1. We have none. You know what I need to do? I need to put success down here. Let's put that in caps. Healing wounds, we have none. Proceed to the next night. And that will go back to SOPC, and that's where I'm going to call it a day right there. Nice. We got a good mission. I actually recorded it. And we will see you guys around for next time. And now we've got 5 good moons and 6 decent moons to try and get our bad assignment or our long assignment out of the way. So we'll try that one next. And that's all I got. We'll hit end mission. It'll clean all that up. Can take and put all these guys back in their deck, which should put all of them back up in the cargo and packs. Yes, it does. That's back in place. We'll put our weather back over here. And these guys return to the deck also. I think we are good to go. Yes, we got everything back up there. Thanks everybody for joining me. This is SOE Lysander, and this is put out by Historic Wings, designed by Thomas Van Hare. Thanks for joining me, and I do not profess to be an expert at this, so if I mess up, let me know. And thanks for joining me. Have a good night.